was a great event. We had a lot of people in for the symposium. A lot of people had a great time, great networking, great friends getting together. It was a great event. Tyler and Bill did a terrific job.
I looked at the schedule, the agenda, who was speaking and what they were speaking on, and I just knew it'd just be a great trip. The folks that are here they're kind of icons in our industry, so to be around folks that been in the industry that long, have great history, expertise, but are also really open and willing to share kind of what they do is really critical, and so I think that'll be a great feature for our folks from our firm to be around.
It was great, 2.5 days, lots of different, market personalities, some great segments, learned a lot. I thought this year was a little bit different than last year. Last year was a lot of, about like artificial intelligence. This year I got some really good learning tidbits from behavioral finance, and it was really well-rounded, so it was great.
The first time I ever came here, so I didn't know what to expect really. I think the sessions were good, and the more interesting thing I think was just talking to people kind of one-on-one and lunch and breaks and stuff like that. One thing that's kind of unique compared to other conferences I've been to is everyone's very open, both in terms of being friendly and warm, but also in terms of how they're managing portfolios and strategies.
Been to I think 6 in the last 7 years. All of them have been worth coming to, but this was really nice because I think it really dug into why some of these technical indicators work, and I've seen some really interesting techniques demonstrating that efficacy that I can explain to a non-user and get them on board with me. I think this is a really valuable way for not only our firm to manage money, but I think for anybody who's looking for a differentiated information stream into their process. Since we look at different data, we think about the stock market differently, and our ideas perhaps are a little bit more diverse than others.
This is my one part of the year, my 2 days away from work, where I can actually really learn quite a lot from a different amount of people. It's kind of like a fishbowl about trading ideas and new practices. So I like to come every year. It refreshes me, energizes me, and I go back to my business, and I feel like I can really put some capital to work.
We actually had the opportunity to attend through Fordham University's Alternative Investments Club. They're kind of a bit of a different take on the industry, especially from what we learned in our textbooks and in class throughout our coursework.
It was great, as always, very informative. I always learn a lot, and it's always good to catch up with old friends and meet new people, so it's just a good event, and who doesn't want to be in New York?
It's just the atmosphere, the people, all the new ideas. These are all professionals and everybody who wants to learn, and so it's a one time a year you can kind of gather, touch base, and then go back to your work and kind of know that you're refreshed and renewed. You gotta come, you gotta meet everybody, you gotta see what people are working on. You'll never get this type of access to people that you watch or follow or read unless you're here, and it's amazing how generous everybody is.
I think the future is bright. We've got more people signing up for our exams. We've got membership that's starting to grow. We're in a position where our accreditation is starting to gain a lot more momentum. We put a level 1 CFA waiver in place, which we think will drive growth, we think materially over the next 2 years.